Alright, Shalom. I praise the Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, salute to you, brothers, teaching the word in sincerity and in truth. So I'm just testing this app out here. I haven't done one of these live screen recordings in a little bit. Okay, that's alright. So it's all going smooth. Looks to be anyway. So what I want to do in this lesson here, man, is I want to talk about a lot of stuff that's going on the planet, man. And I was in two minds. I was gonna, one thing I was gonna go into was a lot of the persecution and stuff that is coming down the pipeline for the believers, and for Jake in general, because the Bible talks about Jacob's trouble, man. At the end of the day, man, everything that we're seeing happening all over the world, man, is a test. And I'm going to get that in the scriptures and Revelations. But through the Spirit, what I think I'm going to do is kind of focus more on the prophecies. But it probably will tie in anyway, because that's how it does. And I've got a scripture that's just hit my mind. I'm going to start off with here, but if you're watching the news, if you're keeping your eyes open, man, there's no denying what times we're in. And on a spiritual level as well. I mean, there's spirits on people, full stop. People are losing the plot, man. You just had this one, as we've all, sure brothers sin and stuff like that. Yeah, you had this advertisement. I can't remember what it was now, and you had the bloke on the front of it, basically with his stomach out, pregnant. So what they're pushing is Satanism and merging genders and all this madness, and they're pushing it heavy right now because these are the times we're in. Now, what I'm going to do is get Revelations, start off in that, to touch on what I was saying about these persecutions and stuff like that. So I can read a lot of this third chapter. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump to the point. Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And this is why prophecy is important, man. No matter what anybody says, no matter how many debates certain cats out there want to have, at the end of the day, what's going to carry you is your faith in Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. And when you watch shows, you learn, you get built up in the spirit. You got to be building up your faith, because this truth is not entertainment, right? You always hear the apostles saying that this ain't entertainment, because some people get caught up into the WWF entertainment, WWE, whatever entertainment, and they start thinking that this truth is something of entertainment, man. But at the end of the day, we're trying to get delivered. I'm gonna get a quick precept on that. Let's see if I can find it. Bear with me. Let me see if I can. All right, this is it. Luke 21:19. Matter of fact, let me click it. And see, I can read a lot here, but what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go back to it actually. This is Luke 21:19. In your patience, possess ye your souls. So going into what I was saying, the scripture, Yahweh Shai said in red letter, Yahweh Shai said, in your patience, possess ye your souls, man. Because there's so many snares in this world that you can get caught by. Every day you live in is a battle of the flesh. It's a battle of the flesh to do the right thing. Because the bodies that we're in, are subject to sin. But the spirit is subject to, really wants to be righteous. So, but remember, we're in the devil's world. So, Esau, Edom's system. So everything that he promotes is of wickedness, man. For example, I want to come back to that. Let me get this. Read this. This is Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. So this system is full of what? Unrighteous decrees. So for you to be following the scriptures and to go against the systematic status quo, whatever you want to call it, now you're, basically you're going to be demonized and they're going to come down in your ass. I'll give you an example. You go to a store and you want something to eat. Now, when you're going shopping, when you're looking in the stores, you're going to see abominations all up in the fridge, in the aisles. You're going to see crabs, you're going to see lobsters, you're going to see pork, you're going to see, all sorts of abominations. And then what might happen is, as well, you pick something up, you might have to check the back of that product to see if there's any abominations in the ingredients. So that's a battle within itself. Now, for Esau or Edom, that's a righteous thing to do. This whole, I was meditating. When you look at it, there's people out here got spirits. They all eating abominations. They're all freaks, and it's normalized. Because why? Because we're in the time of the heathen, not the time of the wicked. Okay, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgments, and to take away the right from the poor of my people. And having this knowledge, the knowledge is known as is known as life, water. And righteous judgment is going to be instituted on planet Earth. And that's the bottom line. So out here you're in a system where, like I said, wickedness is prevalent, and it's getting worse, man. But it's gonna get worse and worse until it gets destroyed, until the nukes drop. I'm gonna give you an example here. Let me see if I can find it on this. And some of this stuff you have to remember. Just you have to remember it for it to come up, because it's hard to get the articles. Why? And that's why you see, this is why even the studying wears down on the flesh as well. And you got to remember, man, You know, some brothers have got super memories, some brothers don't. But studying, you know, the history and everything really is just, you know, you know, you might read books, you watching scholarly stuff. It weighs down on the flesh. All right, so this is if you look here, it says Church of England says boys should be free to wear tutus and tiaras. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this out, we know how he gets down, but the reason why I'm bringing this out is just to go into the fact that just knowing where we're at. Let me get a quick precept on that. And you know, sometimes you might bring out basic scriptures, because you know it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So, you know, and that's a problem with the people that are asleep. They don't know where they are. They don't know where they are. You know, the Walking Dead. You know, you that show, The Walking Dead. That's what the general public are. They're the Walking Dead. That's why, you know, you ask them, well, I mean, they don't even know that America is the modern day Rome, reincarnated. So they don't know where they're at. They just think that they don't know anything. You know, people thought that the way life is now is like the spirit realm. Like you just perpetually live like this forever, and they don't call to mind that great kingdoms have fallen before this kingdom that you're in now. And when you check it out, America is really is a new nation. And when you go Revelation 17, it goes into all of that as well. But, you know, the breakdowns. But America is a new nation. All right. So what I'm gonna do, hence why the scriptures tells you to go back to the old ways of life. So it was right there, right? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read some of these, get into these prophecies. Like I said, it's various topics, so I'm just touching on stuff. And by the way, the UFO thing, the Lord's bringing out them UFOs in a big way right now, because that's how he's coming back. You know, obviously you must, brothers were have done, apostles, elders, and brothers were sending the clip and have done videos on. I was watching it live. The conference where they were asking them about the so-called UFOs, man, and they were asking them all types of different questions. All types of questions, man. They was asking them one question. They was asking them, have you tried to, like, have you sent signals to them chariots to tell them to, like, I can't remember exactly what he said. But the more you watch from the government's perspective on the so-called UFOs, man, on the chariots of Yahweh Shai, you find out that they're scared of them, and they ain't in control. The more you hear them open their mouth when they got to talk about this, and that's why they wasn't talking about this stuff all this time, because it's a threat and it's something that they're scared of. The chariots of the Lord, right? I was watching Pastor Ramlab's video regarding the chariots, and it was there was a clip where the Meg Cano, the Issacharite, Gato. I'm just the Issacharite dude, cat. He was he basically was watching a NASA live feed, man. Because they pretty much, you can just log in and, well, you can just click on the site and just watch NASA out, what they're recording out there live anytime you want. When they're streaming that. So he was watching it, and then what happened? He seen all them chariots, and that was one hell of a sight. Now I'd remember when Pastor Todd did a video, and I think there was two videos. There was the golden dish chariot that was over the earth, and then there was the chariot that was bigger than the earth. And when you seen some of them ships on that feed, man, so when he sort of puts together these, let me show you something right quick. Spirit's got me going into the chariots, man. When you see let me see. Let me put in spaceships, right? When you see a lot of those, any kind of film, any show dealing with aliens or great beings coming back to conquer the earth, like Thanos from the Avengers and all that, or like Apocalypse from X-Men, or any of those things, Superman, General Zod, they're always coming in these ships. And what you remember is the ships have got different diameters, different shapes, and different sizes, right? And I can get into that. Ezekiel saying, what a wheel within a wheel. Let me get some chariot scriptures, and then I'm going to go into some of these end times news reports I got here. Let's get Zechariah 5:1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, why seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Now, when you look, what you got to remember, and I'll get it. I'll actually get it. The prophets described, it's in different shapes, it's in different sizes of these ships. Okay. It's one thing you got to remember here. It says, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, man. So why the hell do you think every time they put one of these movies in, that when it's dealing with the chariots or the UFOs, why the hell do you think that they're always coming as a threat to conquer the earth? Because that's their cryptic way of telling you what's going on, bro. I gotta get this saying here. Okay, one sec. What you're gonna realize is that you hear that you're sitting there reading novels and all this, and fictions and stuff. But what you're gonna find out is your life's a movie. You're the actors in it, or the players. They make you I'm into fantasy and stuff, and you find out that all that fantasy and all that, they get their inspiration. They get that from the Bible. Right. what happens when you search on breaks. I don't want to use Google right now because okay, what I'm gonna do, look at this. Secrets of Scotland Yard, fiction is stranger than truth, 1944. I'd have to check that out, you know. Hopefully I can go back and find that. I'll check that out. Let's see what this says. Truth is stranger than fiction, but it is because fiction is obligated to stick to possibilities. Truth isn't. Mark Twain. Anyway, the sayings, it's a saying. So there you go. Truth is stranger than fiction. Now, did you ever think when you was, you know, Jake was into all them, you know, superhero shows, he was into Superman, the Marvel stuff. Why? Because you tribes, you guys are actually the superheroes, man. What does the scripture say? You're a special, you know, let me go back to that. Let me type in this. Let's see. So this word special comes up in the Bible twice, right? And you know what? Another thing is when you're reading the scriptures, man. You know, when I was younger, I was in the I went to church and that. You know, as a lot of us, if you're Jake, you know, you've been up in church, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I remember being in there, and all they would do in there is hoot and howl, man. You know, and you wouldn't read the scriptures, all right? You wouldn't be reading the scriptures, man. But what you find out is when you start getting into the scriptures, you read it, and then you want to keep reading it because you're learning. But then you read through all the books, but to really get an understanding, you got to jump around from because, you know, things in the New Testament will confirm the Old Testament and vice versa. There's prophecies Isaiah would say that links up with something Yahweh Shai said, for example, or that's in the book of Revelation. So when you put the pieces of the puzzle together, it all makes sense. You know, you get people that open the scriptures and they bog out, man. The scriptures ain't for them. All right, so that's why the scriptures is a mystery, and you know, people watch shows of Israelites to try and understand what the hell's going on out here. I remember, man, it was you know, let me carry on. Deuteronomy 7:6, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember I'd spoken to my god brother, man, a couple of years back. I didn't speak to him after that, but he had, you know, he'd come out the, you know, the prison system and all that. He was pretty much in there his whole life, man. You know what I mean? I'm talking about years. He come out, obviously, you know, things had changed a bit. And I remember him saying to me on the phone, he said, "You're an Israelite, right?" I was like, "Yeah." And he said, "Man, you gotta, you know, hit him up." He said, you know, he said, "You gotta let me know what's going on out here, man." You know. Deuteronomy 7:6, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. the Lord thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So we're the superheroes. So that's where your truth is stranger than your fiction. Going back to these ships, you know, not all the ships are round like a flying disc. You know, the Lord's he's got ships, and that's why they show you it in this. It could be from anything, Stargate SG-1 to 4. All right, so let's go back to let me look at that word special actually, and then I'm gonna go back to possession, property, valued property, peculiar treasure, all right, a jewel, a particular treasure. So the scripture, so it's the same word there. Exodus 19:5. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my commandment, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. So the Lord controls the earth. The Lord controls these heathen nations. Like you got these Chinese, Japanese, right? Moabites, Ammonites, eating rats and rattlesnakes and stuff. But the Lord controls them. Everybody's a robot, a pawn of the Most High. And they got their purposes. You know. But he set the Israelites above all of them. You know, and obviously we got to keep the commandments. Because if we ain't, we're just going to be like the heathens, man. Like you got Jakes and the Caribbean islands and America in the South. They're having gumbos and you got Jakes eating turtles, man. So that's off. You ain't gonna get raised up in the spirit if you're doing low demonic things. The only thing that's gonna be happening is you're gonna get demons supping with you. Deuteronomy 14:2. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all the nations that are upon the earth. And the Lord is going to deliver his peculiar people that are going to be scattered across the 4 corners, looking like all the nations. And a lot of these, you know, you might say, well, you guys always say that. Well, that we're damn sure going to tell you. So if you see a Jake getting beamed up that looks like Bruce Lee, he's going to be changed. He's going to, you know, he's going to be changed. Like if a Jake looks like an Edomite, the Lord's going to give him some melanin and he's going to be changed. But if you see that, don't be like we never told you that. Deuteronomy 26:18, and the Lord have avouched this day to be his peculiar people, as he have promised thee that thou shouldest keep all his commandments. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Zechariah. And finish off in Zechariah. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. All you got to think about is the war of the worlds and people getting zapped on either side. There's no escaping. You can try and hide under a building. You can hide under a bridge. You know, you can leg it, but you can't outrun a chariot. You know, drive your car. You know, basically when you watch those shows, chariots come for destruction. You know, people are scattering around like mice. You know, or like, as they say, headless chickens. Just scattering around, man, bogged out. All right. And I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. So it ain't gonna let off. You know, matter of fact, the scripture says that the day of the Lord burns in the Lord's heart. So them chariots are coming to do. They're coming to do the bidding of the Most High, man. So you think they're gonna let off? Just checking, certain, making sure. Like I said, this is the first time I've decided to do this screen recording a bit, so just checking everything's going smooth. Okay. Well, what I'm gonna now. You know what? Let me do this, and then I'm gonna go into some of them prophecies, end times. And by the way, I just did a video today about, you know, that flying, you know, light in the sky, or, you know, meteor, whatever they want to call it. Now there was a few of them that had happened. But you know, I didn't do the video on them, but there's been so much things happening in space, man. And as you brothers know, like I said, that clip with the Mexican cat, the Mexican gato, you know, Mexicana gato, man. I'm just, you know, I'm kind of clowning a little bit here now, but the Mexicano gato porqueno, man, he seen all them chariots on NASA on the NASA feed, man. And like I said, that was a beautiful sight to see that. And that's not the only time you know, NASA see chariots and stuff like that, but that was like you know, the Lord's really magnifying himself and showing you what time we're in, man. Because for you know, because that, you know, chariots of that magnitude, for it to come out like that. And I'll get Esau would say, oh well, you know, there was one clip, and they was trying to say it was space debris, man. Come on, man. Actually, the cat was asking him on the live, well, what is it? And they were like, oh, he didn't know. And then the black then said it was probably space debris. And then they left it there and then cut the feed and all that. Okay, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get another scripture here about the chariots, right? This is Exodus 13:21. And the Lord Yahweh went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night. So here the chariots described as a pillar of a cloud, and by night in a pillar of fire. Why? Because at night time the chariots light up. Let's see if there's. So you can have a chariot look like this, man. So not all the chariots look like this. But a lot of them do. This it's the glory of the Lord. This website's called Alien Covenant, aliencovenant.com. But I want to get a quick scripture here. And I'll put pillar back in. Just trying to. So this is the book of Psalms 68. Well, you know what? Let me read Psalms 20 and 7. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord Yahweh, or Yahweh Shai, our power. And we do shows on the name and the pronunciation, man. You can't get around the power of the name of the Lord, man. I was watching one Amalekite, and even they was saying that the Hebrew language is just more than just letters, man. It's power. It's power. Okay. And that was Amalek speaking. So you gotta have it right, man. We're not just. You look at all the ancient languages, man, and their symbols. And they represent stuff. It's the language of the heavens, man. So Esau and them have got their chariots, but now the Most High has got his chariots, and that goes to that war in heaven. So this is all end times prophecy, yeah. Anybody that doesn't really want to deal with end times prophecy, the Spirit of the Lord can't be dealing with you then, man, because the scriptures actually does say that the Spirit, the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. Now you got some Israelites that they just want to be priests and do marriages and all that, but they're not prophets. I mean, come on, man. Psalm 68:17. The chariots of the Most High, Yahweh Yahweh Shai, are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. So the scriptures is telling you the Lord is riding around in these. The Lord is in them chariots. The Lord was in them chariots going down when you in the Yahweh Shai was in them chariots in the wilderness. That's in the Corinthians. So these angels are in these ships, man, and we're set up to declare. It's giving me it was set up to declare the Lord. So when we're ushering in his return, we're blowing the trumpet, we're telling you he's coming. And here it is, they're still debating whether these are aliens, while we're out here telling you what they are, and you got people mocking. Why don't Vocab Malone start mentioning how the angels are in the chariots? The last time I heard him say anything about it, he was trying to scoff about the clouds, and I think he was saying that when you read Exodus and it said the pillar, he was saying it was literal. But you can cut that. Matter of fact, shall I do it now? Exodus. Alright, I'm gonna Exodus 13:21. And the Lord Yahweh went before them, Yahweh Shemel Shai, by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire. So what I want to know, because he said it was a cloud, and then at night it was a fire or something. Well, I want to know, what was it? Was it a pillar, or was it a cloud, or was it a fire? Which one is it? Because he was saying it was all literal. Exodus 13:22. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people. Read this one. Exodus 14:24. And it came to pass that in the morning watched the Lord Yahweh looked upon the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians. Now you best believe, man, that in this time that we're in, that Most High is going to be jacking up this. Well, we're reading it. Okay, I don't need to. Let's go back to these images here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump to, see the chariots back then. The Lord was, the Lord was in these chariots, man. Okay. Right, what I'm gonna do is go. Let me go to go here. Deal with this. So let's go into some. So this was the 14th of May, a couple of days ago. Check this out. You see, this is what there are people in the world so hungry that God cannot appear to them except in the form of bread. I mean, come on, man. As a matter of fact, it's the Most High that prophesied that there would be famines, and we can get that. But anyway, let's play this, because look on the screen, it says the US Food Bank is going digital to help end hunger. And I was watching the brother from over here, JMS Fear the Most High. I know that brother for a long time, and he did a video about the what the hell do you call that? The CBCD, whatever the hell you call that. Money, free money that they're gonna, give people that went back to, something similar they'd done in West Germany, giving them free stuff, on a basically your digital account, because of the crashing and the messed up economy and all that. They're gonna lure people into this NWO. They're gonna get people to wanna accept this NWO, man, through different means. All right, and that's what Order of Chaos all about. They got another term, build back better. Before I play this, let me see if I can Google that. The build build back better. The UK crack campaign. Build back better. And obviously with that, it's obviously going to be this NWO that we're talking about. Yeah, so let's go ahead and play this footage. All right, this US food bank is going digital to help end hunger. And Salak about the thing just clouding the screen. I don't even know. Actually, you know what I can do? I can make this bigger. This Greater Boston food bank. This food bank is spending $5 million on a digital transformation, and you can't tell me, man. I'm not buying it. But we all know that this food scarcity is engineered, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. So the only way they're gonna get food to people more, which is what they're saying is working, is by going digital. Are we fucking for real? Okay. Are we fucking for real here? So through this digital thing, they distributed 96 million meals, right? 70% more than before the Crown Vic 2020. So are you serious? So you gotta see the bigger picture of what these people are doing, and we obviously know what organizations behind this. Let's carry on. And it's not just the digitizing everything. We know why. That's a whole other video. You can bring out Revelation 13 and that, Revelation 14 and certain stuff. The nefarious plan of the NWO. And it's a satanic, nefarious plan. Okay. It says an online hub and a new app will make it easier for users to access information. next thing you start seeing in these places is people have got the charagma, and to operate machinery or to even use the vending machines, they got to tap their hands to scan their foreheads. Now there was one um, video. I kind of watched it briefly. I don't know where it was. Somewhere in America. You know, this female, she went to go to the vending machines. Like, I think, what did they have in there? Like food and stuff. But it was locked behind some kind of digital access to get the food in a supermarket. From what I seen from the video, brothers were sharing it around. So this just shows where we're at with stuff. Okay. No, like I said, mum might think, well, what do you do? And you know what? And I'm not even gonna go into it in this video, because I am gonna do another video going into some stuff that's going on over in the UK, and keeping the faith, and the persecutions and stuff, because you know, things are happening out here, man. And by the way, America's gonna get ready to go in all out chaos. You got a lot of false flags. You got a lot of flags. Got a lot of different stuff happening. You know, sleeper agents and lunatics and all sorts. Matter of fact, let me carry on playing this. So what I'm gonna do right here is go to this scripture here, and I got another article here, but what I want to do is let me bring this out. Gonna go back to this Revelations. Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So clearly, the scriptures is telling you that the Most High is going to deliver the elect from all this stuff that's going to take place. All we've got to do is hold on to this truth. You know, so that means that mystical, divine interventions are going to happen. Even the deliverance that's happening with the chariots, that's a miracle. That's a mysterious event, or the biggest mysterious event at that. Now the scriptures calls it what? The strangeness of their salvation, man. All right. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. All right. So now what I'm gonna do? Let me read the next part. He that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the new name of my power, and the name of the city of my power, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, and I will write upon him my new name. So the elect are going to get beamed up into the ships, and then they're going to come out of the ships back on earth to judge. All right, let me. So you've seen that clip anyway. So this is more digital, leading towards the thing. All right. Let's see what I got. Now you got this video I'm not really gonna go into this one right now, but this is a good video. See the title here. Single world government ushered in by who? You know, there's a reason I'm not really gonna say too much of what's on the screen, but we know that everything is for an agenda, man. You know, so we filter all this stuff through the scriptures. And you go for the scriptures, man. You had them heathens, Romans, Greco-Romans trying to set up a new world order, like a one world system. So it's not new. Tower of Babel, you had them do it there. But Esau's really trying to finalize his kingdom with this NWO. So that's why you got these symbols, man, of the world and the net and all that, with the serpent over, you know. So what I'm gonna do, I was gonna play that, but I think I might skip that. Let's look at this. Or I might put it in another video or something because it's worthy of its own. So this is a luxury brand Gucci has announced that it will accept cryptocurrency payments at select locations. All right. Now, as we know, as we all know, you know, the digital thing is making its way into the system. Oh, it's in place right now, but in every avenue and aspect you can think. Okay, the digital currencies. And was it Klaus Schwab or whatever you say his name? He's been making speeches about people getting brain chips and all that. So the scripture says the vision is yet for an appointed time, and at the end it shall speak. Let's get some. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry, and that's why it's important at this time right now that we're in to be, you know, fully on this truth, because this is the last shot. Now, if you was of the elect back then, you're gonna be of the elect now. That you was created to be the elect. So, if you're following the truth and sincerity, that's what you're gonna be doing now. But behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. So we're gonna live by absolute faith. All right. So as you can see, man, now that Bitcoin all got messed up, but what you can say is that this digital stuff is where everything's headed. Okay, because through the spirit of Yahweh Yahushai, these prophecies are speaking, man, and that's the bottom line. All right, so that's that. I'm gonna come back with another video, some more other topics. And even going back into this topic, there's a lot of, see, the thing is, there's a lot of articles nowadays. There's so much articles out there. There's a lot of stuff. And this is how you know you're really overwhelmed with what's going on. The truth. Okay. So now's the time where we're gonna really put on that spiritual armor and know the times, man. The scripture says knowing the times. You know, they're gonna flip this. You know, a lot of you people have thought, oh yeah, everything's been open and all that, and you know, we can shop and do this and that. Well, that's what the scripture says, man. The Lord shall come as a thief in the night. And the scriptures talks about peace and safety and things of that nature. So anyway, I'm going to close this out. You know, Lord willing, it was edifying, and because it's all about edification at the end of the day. And I'll catch you on the next show. Shut up, wow.